I yield the witness for cross-examination.
Mr. Katwa.
Good evening, Mheshimiwa. Good evening to you, Mr.
Yes.
Katwa.
Proceed and be mindful of the 20 minutes time that I have allocated you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It is your testimony that you indeed conducted verification of the allegations that you are bringing against the...
Yes.
And that includes the question of whether or not he received a bribe from Dennis.
Yes.
And whether he sent a bribe to Lucy.
Yes.
Whether he threatened him.
Yes.
Used public Kisii County staff.
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's start with the National Assembly.
Yes.
It is true that you issued the notice of intention to move a motion of impeachment on the 13th, at the County Assembly.
Yes.
On 13th.
Yes.
So the Senate can take the date as being 13th.
Yes.
Okay. And you were subsequently there on the 21st when you moved your motion.
Yes, I was there.
And eventually you were there on the 29th when the motion was discussed. The DG was afforded a chance to defend himself.
Yes, I was there.
And a foxing was done.
Yes, I was there.
Okay. Now, may I ask you, that occasion of the 29th, did you play these clips of public participation?
No, I didn't play them.
They were not only you didn't play them, isn't it?
The report was provided and tabled before the Assembly for public participation.
When you're moving your motion, you didn't play them, isn't it?
There was a report.
Answer my question. When you're tabling your motion, you did not play them.
No, me, I did not bring it, but it was there it was to be provided by the County Assembly.
Just answer my question. So you did not play them yourself. Do you recall them having been played for the deputy governor to see at that time?
No.
They were not played. Now, I take it that as you stand here, you are familiar with the County Government Act?
Yes.
Standing orders that are relevant?
Yes.
Okay. What is your understanding of how a motion for impeachment is supposed to be moved?
First is by giving a notice to the County Assembly, and then subsequently...
Are you aware of the provisions of Section 15 of County Government Act on how to initiate a process of impeachment? Are you aware?
Yes, I'm aware.
And did you comply with that process?
Yes, I complied.
It is your position that your complaint complied with Section 15?
Yes, I...
Okay, so we will... And standing orders number 194 and 195 of the Kisii County standing orders?
Yes, I complied.
It's the position that you did?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, because of time, I will deal with that in the legal arguments. Now, I would like you to go to the bundle from the bundle from the county government, and I would like us to go to page 96. You at page 96?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay. So could you confirm at page 96 to page 103, page 196 to page 103 are the proceedings of the 29th at which you moved your motion, voting was done, and the DG was heard in his defense. That's correct, isn't it?
Yes.
So let's start with page 96. Are you at page 96?
Yes, I'm there.
You confirm the things I've just said, the defense of the DG and the voting, and you're moving your motion was on 29th, isn't it?
Yes.
You confirm that?
Yes.
And that heading saying votes and proceedings is also accurate?
Yes.
Okay. At page... Now, what I would like then us to go to is the contents of page 103.
Yes.
Now, at page 103, it says this. The motion, you can see where your name is. Wycliffe, Honorable Wycliffe Siocha moved the motion. You can see that.
Yes.
Honorable members, I'm referring to page 103. And then it is seconded, the county assembly bundle, the one which has different colors on the edge. And then it is seconded by Honorable Magara. You can see that, Karen Magara. Okay.
Yes, I can see.
And then motion proposed. Now I would like you to read what comes after that. Could you read from where Honorable Henry Marocha is saying? Is talking?
Leader of Majority Party rose on standing order number 93 on adjournment of debate to allow public participation pursuant to Article 196 of the Constitution of Kenya.
Okay. Now, that preposition that on the 29th, we've already agreed that 96 to 103 are the proceedings of the County Assembly on the 29th. Now, at page 103, it is saying a motion was moved to proceed to public participation by Honorable Henry Marocha. Is this correct?
I think there was a mix-up of documents because
Please answer my question.
it's not correct.
It's not correct. Just a minute. This contention that the events of 29 entailed a moving of a motion for adjournment for public participation on 29 is incorrect.
That is what I'm saying, Counsel. That this is not the true correct, and probably this is a mix-up of documents because.
I'm the one asking you questions. So, to the extent to which the Hansard brought to this Senate says that on the 29th, proceedings were adjourned for purposes of going to public participation. This answer is incorrect.
This is not an answered report. This is just, it's not an answered report.
What is it?
It's part of the motion that I moved, and what I'm saying is just purely mix-up of documents. Because the answered report for 29...
Which question are you answering now? Let me
explaining on the question you asked, Counsel.
Yes. When we look at page 96, it says, House assembled at 9 a.m. Proceedings were opened with a word of prayer. Motion for removal of the removal from office by way of impeachment of Deputy Governor and Honorable Wycliffe Siocha Kesongori, MCA. And then you read all that from page, all those pages. And then there are interventions by various people. And then at page 103, you confirmed that you moved the motion as is indicated. Honorable Magara seconded it. So far, that's correct, isn't it?
That is correct.
Yes.
To that level.
Okay. And you're saying this is not the answer?
This is not the answer, of course.
Okay.
The answer report is there and it's attached.
The answer report is there and it is attached.
Yes.
So when the county assembly tells the Senate, this is what happened on 29th. What then they are telling the Senate at page 103 is inaccurate, isn't it?
That is true.
That's true. Now, number two, we have agreed, you and me, that on the same said date, 29th of February 2024, was a Thursday, isn't it?
Yes, it was a Thursday.
On that date, votes were done, isn't it?
Yes.
And 53 of you said the governor should be impeached.
Yes.
And the other said he shouldn't be impeached.
Yes.
Is it captured in, that happened on 29th, isn't it?
Yes.
Page 96 to 103, can you see that report of those events at the county assembly on that date?
On those pages, that's why I'm still insisting that there is a mix-up of...
Please answer my question.
Is
there a report of the fact that on the 29th, the event of voting happened and a resolution was made to impeach the deputy governor?
No.
Is it there? It's not there. And on that second basis, this document is inaccurate, isn't it?
It's inaccurate.
Now, I'd like us to move on then to page 137. could I start by asking you, is the contents of honorable members, I'm still referring to the same bundle by the county government, and I'm referring to the contents of page 137. Now, is that unanswered, or you still maintain it's not unanswered?
That is the answered report.
That is unanswered, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Now, may we look at the first page 137? It says County Assembly of Kisii official report, special sitting. The events of 29th was a special sitting. It's true, isn't it?
Yes.
For purposes of discussing the impeachment, isn't it?
Yes.
And then it says it was held on 29th of February. Could you tell this Senate, when is it indicated as having that the assembly sat? On which day of the week?
Come up again.
It shows 29th of February 2024, but before giving that date, it has given the day of the week when the sitting was done. What date has it given?
That's given 29th of February 2024.
Could you tell the Senate, is that a correct statement?
It's a correct statement that there is a typo error there.
Are you the one who made the answer? Are you responsible for making the answer?
No, I'm not responsible.
And how do you know it was typographical?
Because I was there, it was on Thursday, so I can remember the accounts and everything and the proceedings that we had
when
before the
it says
assembly.
it is Tuesday, that is wrong.
Yeah, that's a typo error, it's wrong.
Okay. Then you would agree with me that even when the Senate wants to look at what you did in the county assembly, it is true that the Hansards have been manipulated and even the Senate cannot see.
That is not true.
Okay, it's not true. Is it true that 29th was a Tuesday and that you sat on Tuesday?
It wasn't, of course, and that is a typo error.
And the other issues I've raised. Okay, I'll move on to a different issue, but the point I'm making is that because the 53 of you are very determined to remove the deputy governor, you go as far as manipulating the Hansard.
No, we are not manipulating the answer, and we are not that much determined. We are only just following the law.
You are not determined, you are disparate. Now, I would like us to move on to the issues that the motion that you moved. We are in agreement that you moved the motion on the 13th, isn't it?
Yes. I did not move them, but I gave notes of motion. Yes.
Sorry, I apologize. You are right. Thank you. Now, I would like you to be given this bundle, the one for the deputy governor, if my friends can give you. Have you been given?
Yes.
I would like us to start with page, honorable members, the document I'm referring you to is the one by the deputy governor, and I would like you to go to page the motion that you moved, which is at page, my apologies for 1 second. Page 5. Are you at page 5, please? Page 5. At page 5, you can see that?
Yes.
At page 5, that is the motion that is the notice you gave of intention to move a motion to impeach the governor. Okay.
That is true.
Now, the first thing I want us to agree is you issued the notice on 13th.
Yes.
And as we've already discussed, you eventually managed to move the motion on 29th and voting was done.
Yes.
Do you agree on the face of it that the 10 days would have expired on 23rd and by 29th, when the motion was being moved and being discussed and being voted upon, was already outside the 10 days?
It was, of course, already outside the 10 days.
Yeah, you used the
It
word
was
of
already
course.
outside the 10 days.
Did you say of course?
It's
Because it was
already,
yeah.
Oh, it's no, sorry, it's outside the 10 days.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, I would like you to go to page 2 of that same bundle.
Page 2.
Page 2, yes. Page 3A, my apologies, page 3A. Page 3A, honorable members. Can you see these are the standing orders upon which you move the motion, isn't it?
Just a minute.
Page 3A.
Not getting the page 3.
No, you've gone too far. It's a little. Yes, yeah. These are the standing orders under which you move the motion, isn't it? Under standing order number 60 up to 64, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Now, could we look at 60 sub 4? It is two, or let's start with 3. It says a member who has obtained the approval of the Speaker to move a motion under paragraph 1 shall give 7 days notice calling for impeachment of the governor. Upon expiry of the 7 days and after notice given, the motion shall be placed in order paper and shall be disposed of within 3 days. You agree with me that within the intention of that standing order, you should have disposed of this motion within 10 days?
Yes.
You agree with me?
I agree.
Okay. Now, I want us to look at 61. So that's one issue out of the way. The next one I want us to discuss is, now before we do that, so you eventually agreed on the 21st of February to go for public participation.
Yes.
And when you went for public participation, you scheduled the public participation for the 26th of February, isn't it?
Yes.
And you agree also that that public participation done on the 26th was already outside the 10 days, which ended on the 23rd of February, isn't it?
Yes.
Thank you. Now, standing order number 60, it requires that before giving notice under Section 33 of the County Government Act, the member shall deliver to the clerk a copy of the proposed motion in writing stating the grounds and particulars, isn't it?
Yes.
Could you agree that the notice we just looked at, that you moved, the notice that you raised, did not have these grounds and particulars?
It had the grounds and the particulars were there. In reference to the Kisii County standing orders.
Yes.
Yes.
And we are looking at the document at page 5, isn't it? Page 5. Honorable members, page 5 of the Deputy Governor's bundle. Page 5, are you there?
Yes.
Yes, that is the notice you issued on 13, the notice you issued on 13, isn't it?
Yes.
And it is your contention that when you say cross violation of the Constitution, abuse of office, gross misconduct, and crimes under national law, you have complied with the need for grounds and particulars. Is that your position?
All the documentation, including the signature.
Question. Apart from this document dated 13, did you issue anything else?
Yes, I issued.
And where is it? Is it attached to this?
Yes, they are there. Because I remember I gave a copy of the notice, the particulars of, on the grounds on which I was given the notes of motion.
Okay.
I gave the signatures of the members who were in support because I was required.
My apologies because of time, but let's turn from page 5 to page 6. Can you see an attachment of grounds and particulars?
Unfortunately, I'm not seeing.
And have you seen it anywhere else?
Yeah, it has been indicated.
Is it the one which is attached to the document at page 6?
No, they are not the ones.
So there's another set that the County Assembly has not brought here.
All particulars have been provided for.
Yeah, I know they have been provided for in the motion of 21st. But what I'm saying is, if you are saying there were attachments to the notice of 13th, then the County Assembly has chosen to keep them away.
Maybe.
Maybe, okay. Now, I would like us then to move to the public participation report that you you then came up with, and which is in the County Government Bundle, Volume 1. Starting from page 24 to page 41, to page 50, to page 51. Are you there?
Yes.
Now, could you confirm to this Senate that the public participation is the document at page 24 to page 51?
Yes, I confirm.
And could you confirm that the entirety of that public participation report is not signed by anybody? Nobody has taken possession of it.
Nobody.
It hasn't been signed, isn't it? Now, you said you were present throughout the prosecution of this motion, right from the notice on 13th, the 21st, 28th.
Counsel Katwa,
Yes.
your time is up. You should be winding up on your question.
Mr. Speaker, considering the volume of the material they brought, they had said 30 minutes and they took about 1 hour. I very much pray for your indulgence, Mr. Speaker, sir. Kindly. This witness makes all the difference, and we really pray for your accommodation. Kindly.
How much time are you requesting?
Can I have the same time as they spend, which is about 1 hour?
No, you can't. I'm
okay.
giving you an extra 5 minutes from now.
Sorry?
I'm giving you an additional 5 minutes.
Could I very kindly request for 20? Kindly, please.
Not 20.
Sorry?
Not 20. I'm giving you 10. Counsel Katwa, I'm giving
okay,
you 10 minutes.
Then just 10.
10 minutes, yes.
Thank you very much. Now, when you are in the assembly, it is true that indeed the DG complained that he hasn't been given a copy of the public participation report.
Yes.
He complained.
Yes.
Thank you very much for that. And he defended himself before he saw that report, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now, I want you to look at page 103. You sympathize with me, isn't it? They have been treated on time.
On which grounds?
Page 103. Are you at page 103?
105.
The county assembly report, please. At page 103, it is, much as we have agreed that it was misplaced in terms of the date, it was true that Honorable Henry Moraja moved a motion for public participation.
That is not true. This was actually the leader of majority moved a motion on 21st. So as to allow public participation
and is this the name of the,
to take place. Yes. A minute, please.
Is this the name of the leader of?
Excuse me, Counsel.
Yes.
I'm making a statement because you have asked a question. This motion was moved on 21st by the majority leader of the Kisii County Assembly to allow for members to adjourn so that they can go for public participation,
which date was that?
Which is not provided for in our standing orders. But remember, the Constitution of Kenya.
Okay, now you're
supreme.
going too far.
Okay.
It's okay. So, is this, other than that the date is wrong, is this the correct state of the moving of motion for public participation? Was the public participation motion, in the words used by the leader of majority, rose on standing order number 93 for adjournment to allow for public participation? Is this correct?
Yes.
When the date is corrected?
When the date is corrected.
Yes, okay. You see, we don't have a fight, we are in agreement.
Yes.
Now, the first thing I want you to agree is, when you agreed to proceed on adjournment, you did not agree on how that public participation would be funded, did you?
Yes.
You did not. You did not agree on who would collect the views of the public.
It was the counter clerk.
Yes, it is not in the resolution.
The answer and communication department.
But you didn't do that, isn't it? And it is true that eventually it was the governor who financed the public participation and used ward administrators, isn't it?
No.
Okay.
The governor did
May
not.
I ask you, did ward administrators play a role in this public participation?
did not play any role.
Now, I would like to show you I would like you to go to page 41 of that, the same county assembly report, which is the public participation process, page 41. I would like you to look at the last paragraph, Moticho Ward. Are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Does it say that the exercise was headed by the ward administrator and ward manager?
That is what the statement reads.
That's what it says. So indeed, the governor and the executive participated in this public participation, isn't it?
They did not participate.
Doesn't it? Are you saying this report is inaccurate also?
When public participations were being conducted,
Is this report correct?
it's not correct.
So you are now saying the county assembly's public participation report is not correct?
No, I'm not denouncing, but particularly on that aspect or else on that.
This is the only one which is not correct. Okay, I would move on to another question because of pressure of time. It is true that you've played about 7 clips of public participation, isn't it, today?
I did not make any clip of any public participation.
Okay,
All
but
these
some
clips
clips were
were
played.
provided by the Answer and Communication Department of the Kisii County
Was
Assembly.
done. Now, my question is, in all of them, they are standing behind flowers and trees, isn't it?
Not all of them.
How many are in places other than flowers and trees?
Counsel, when this interview,
Answer my question. Out of the 7 clips you played, is it true that 5 of them were individuals standing against a tree and a flower?
Not true.
Did you see in any of the clips public behind those people? Was there any that you could see a crowd?
Individual public.
My question.
No.
Was any of the clips with members of public behind it?
There were some had and some didn't have, because some of these interviews, individual interviews, were being recorded aside,
Listen
not
to me.
amongst the crowd.
Please listen to me. In the clips you played today, is there any that has members of public in its background?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. We will look at them again when we come to our defense. And now, Mr. Dennis says that you lied that he's a voter in your ward. Is he a voter in your ward?
Nowhere on record am I saying that Dennis comes from my ward. Nowhere.
You said that in the Hansard. In your submissions when you're moving a motion?
Nowhere.
And saying
I remember very well, I said that Dennis, by the time he was doing a complaint to me, he was staying at Gethare, which is in
The last
Nyaribad.
question I want to ask you, then my colleague will just ask you a few questions, is it is true from what Ms. Lucy White, you said you spoke with her and
Yes.
She gave you information.
Yes.
It is true at page 26 to 27 of our statement. If you could look at the bundle from the DG, page 26 to 27. Are you there?
Yes.
At the top of that page, it says, after the first paragraph,
Yes.
after receiving applications from interested persons, the board shortlisted 7 candidates for the post of commercial manager and invited them for interviews on 15th May. So
Yes.
according to Lucy, the interviews were done on 15th May, isn't it?
According to that statement.
According to that
It's a typo,
statement. Now, the sale agreement that you said you saw was done on the 20th of April, isn't it?
Yes.
Of a month earlier, isn't it?
Yes.
And notwithstanding that, it is your position that that money from that sale was for purposes of a bribe?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Now, did Dennis tell you that there was no time when he had a conversation between himself and Dr. Monda?
Yes.
He told you he had no conversation?
Yes.
Now, did it occur to you to talk to the father of Dennis, or it would not be convenient to the case you had been told to move?
No, I did not reach out to.
You did not talk to
Yeah,
him?
because all the material that I needed to prosecute the motion was provided to me by one Dennis Misati, so I saw no need at all to
Now,
reach out
the
to the father.
instructions I have, this is the last question, Wilkins, is that the funeral of your auntie was on the 12th of May 2023. Do you contest that?
I may not be able to contest that.
You wouldn't be able to contest that.
Yeah.
Now, having done the funeral on 12th of May, what business did you have receiving money from Dr. Monda on the 29th of May, 28th May, and 7th of May?
This was a commitment from the deputy governor when I was escorting to the car, and he said that he was to send something in regard to
Thank you.
those.
I had to say that.
Nowhere I called, nowhere I did a message soliciting for any money from him.
Yes.
It was for that
Now,
purpose.
So you played a clip to show us how Dr. Monda attended the funeral, isn't
Yes.
it? Is that story of him intending to send you money afterwards for the children in that clip?
It was not in the public domain, but it was a part of the conversation we had as I was escorting to the car.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So just give me 2-3 minutes with my, for a
I
few
think you
questions.
still have got 2 minutes or so you can conclude.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I've been unlucky. I haven't had enough good time. I'll try to limit, but I'll beg that you possibly just give me 5. I'll be very specific.
Your time is 2 minutes.
Thank you.
So
Thank
use
you.
the 2 minutes.
The Honorable Siocha, there are a lot of governance issues in Kisii County. Is that correct? There are a lot of disputes, a lot of fights, and you heard Honorable Cherargei talk of fights in funerals. Are there a lot of governance issues in Kisii? Kuna vita Kisii kwetu. Is that correct? My time is running. Is that correct?
It's not correct.
Is it true that the dispute and this motion is in this Senate because there are disputes about governance in Kisii between the DG and the governor?
I'm the mover. I'm the one.
Aware that it's because of the governance issues?
Not at all, and nowhere does that find its way into this motion. Nowhere.
Are you aware that the DG has been uncomfortable with the governor conducting government business in his house? Yes or no?
I'm not aware because I don't work in the executive.
You're not aware? Are you aware that the absorption of the Kisii budget is at 2%, number 47 or 47 in Kenya?
On that one, not unless you have questions you want me to expound on them.
Are you aware?
because
Yes or no? I don't have time.
As the chair of implementation, that is not a position.
Which office does the governor operate from?
He operates from the stadium.
Okay, from the stadium. Okay. Are you aware that he meets even central government delegations from his house at Motonto, called Shakahola also?
That is not unique because all of us will receive visitors and delegations to our home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you aware that the budget that was passed by the Kisii County government was altered somewhere, and these are complaints?
There is no material fact on that, so I cannot be able to confirm. I participated in the process, and I stand at a better position to give you information on that, but let us not diverse into that because
now, these
it's
are
not
the
needed on these
disputes.
proceedings.
Is it true? And the deputy governor's case is that these small disputes are the ones that have caused this motion to be here today.
Are you trying to inform the Senate that it is those disputes that made one deputy governor Monda to one solicit a bribe
It's okay.
from one Dennis Misat? No, because
I don't have time, and I don't want to be called for time.
Counsel,
Let me ask my last question.
Counsel, your time is up.
Oh, but if you can allow me, Honorable Speaker, just ask one last question on the public participation and the bursaries. And let me ask you whether you are aware of the County Bursary Fund Committee, the Ward Bursary Fund Committee, and whether you are aware that in Kisii, because you are an MCA, that no one has ever been able to get more than 5,000 from the county bursaries. Why should someone
Counsel,
bribe
let that
8,000
question
to
be
get
answered
5,000?
as you end. Your time is up. Mr. Witness,
If you can answer
that question as you go.
we have, Mr. Speaker, we have grounds, especially from those students who are coming from poor backgrounds. There are those, who come from extremely needy backgrounds. They usually get more than the 5,000.
Very well. Your
So
time
There
is
are
up.
others equally on full scholarship.
Mr. Ndegwa, you have
Thank you.
any